Hey beautiful people of the internet, my name is Ryan and it's just gonna be a quick video this weekend. And also a super obvious disclaimer, no bandana this week. So in my first video of 2016, I said that this year, one of my goals was to run an ultramarathon. And I'm gonna talk really briefly about that today, because here in 3 or 4 weeks, I'm now signed up to do that. I'm gonna run a 50K, which is around 31 miles, which is by far the longest, well, by 5 miles, the longest I've ever run. It's on trails and it starts basically from the Golden Gate Bridge, so I think it's going to be beautiful. And honestly, I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to film any of that and put it on the channel, because one, it's hard to film stuff while you're also trying to prep for a big race, and two, I kind of don't mind having that tiny little private part of my life. So I'm not sure. You guys can tell me if you want to see any of that race or any of that beautiful landscape. But the thing that I want to talk about today is how training for an ultramarathon has affected my happiness. As of yesterday, we are halfway through February, and last year, and for the 21 years before that, I hated February with all that was in me. February is my least favorite month, usually. But this February has been a lot different. It helps, for instance, that it's like sunny and 80 degrees today, but February has been better for a different reason, I think. Training for this trail ultramarathon has done a few things to my lifestyle, which has immensely improved my happiness. One is that every single weekend, I now know that I'm gonna go for 3 or 4 hours and get away from the town and get away from other people and just go out on a trail and be. Having that to look forward to has been immense for my mental health. And obviously it helps to be fit and to be eating well and to be sleeping a ton. But the other, maybe harder to quantify part of this training process is that I have been really excited to run for like the last 2-3 months. And I think a big part of that is that there is something so exciting and nerve-wracking, but mostly exciting, about trying to push your limit just a little bit further. Like to be a little bit better, or to run a little bit farther, or to run a little bit faster than you ever have before. Don't get me wrong, I spent the last 8 years of my life trying to run faster, and that had its own special kind of motivation. But trying to run farther has been so exciting for me. Back in the day, 4 years ago, I ran a trail marathon, 26 miles, with some teammates. And there was this one thing which a teammate of mine said, which we now joke about a lot, and has been stuck with me a lot recently, which was that when we got to like mile 15 or 16 or whatever the distance was, he said, "If I take one more step, Mr. Frodo, it'll be the farthest I've ever run." And that really simple Lord of the Rings reference about pushing whatever boundaries you do have just a little bit bigger has been huge for me. I think that's one of the reasons that this February, or maybe the last month and a half, has been an unusually happy one for me. It's the fact that the longest I've ever run in the last 11 or 12 years of running will be pushed forward just a little bit here in 3 or 4 measly weeks. There's something about that forward momentum and the little bit of fear that comes with that, which has just made me excited and ready to wake up every morning and ready to get out the door every afternoon. That's all I've got this week. I just wanted to talk about something that has been insanely important to my happiness over the last 2 or so months. So I will see you all next week with a review of Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates, which I am that close to finishing and which is so good. So don't forget to check back in for that. All right, I'll see you all next week. Best wishes. Hey beautiful people of the internet, my name is Ryan, and today I'm going to be reviewing Purity by Jonathan Franzen. But wait, stop writing your comments down below asking me how this book compares to Franzen's 2 famous books, Freedom and The Corrections. If one person comments below this video with either "Run, Forrest, run," or "I can't drive that far in my car," I will probably not do anything, but I will be reacting to it in a harsh way.